I've also received comments in the past telling me that I'm trans in the sense that I want to be a man and that I should just be honest about it. I mean, I know I sometimes can be a tomboy, but really? Hello and welcome to my beautiful crew members, newcomers, and most importantly, OGs. It's time for another rambling session with me, your host, Lucy, aka Lucifer, a former obese girl turned bodybuilder. I was getting dressed earlier and I looked in the mirror and suddenly realized, girl, why are you cosplaying The Rock? But that's okay, I'm making it work. I can channel my inner Rock today. In today's video, I want to talk about something almost every muscular girl online has experienced at least once, and the questions that keeps raising in my mind. But before we get into it, I have to ask, why are you not subscribed yet? I understand my channel is relatively new, but you've already watched a few videos and you still haven't subscribed. I see you! There is nothing to be afraid of. Just click subscribe, join our crew, and we'll be happy to have you on board. Now, without any further ado, let me tell you how I look like a man.
He look like a man.
You're a man, or you look like a man, has to be one of, if not the most common comment left under female bodybuilders content. As a baby bodybuilder just growing into the sport, I always looked at the comment sections of my idols and the bodybuilders I looked up to, and I dreamed of the day I would earn comments like that under my posts. What a compliment to genuinely have people mistake you for a man solely based on your muscle mass. Except, let's be real, that's not what they're doing. It's never intended as a compliment, and I doubt any of the people commenting genuinely think the woman in question is actually a male. Or do they? I am sometimes not so sure. And over time, it sparked some genuine curiosity what thought and intent actually is behind those comments. First off, I think it's obvious that while I and many others deem them to be a rite of passage and somewhat of a compliment, they are clearly meant as an insult and intended to make the bodybuilder in question feel bad. But why is it always, or most often, that exact phrase? There are many insults to reach for, and yet that one always comes out on top. Thousands of men from all walks of life find themselves in the comment sections of content showcasing muscular females, and all, seemingly independently, come to the conclusion that "you look like a man" is the best thing to add to the comment section. And why is it always men? I have never seen a single woman commenting that under another woman's post. But if you're a woman who has commented "you're a man" under another bodybuilder's post, then please raise your hand or help restore some balance and call me a man in the comment section of this video right now. Personally, I do believe in free speech, and I do actually enjoy these comments quite a lot, especially if they're of the more creative variety. I was watching a Larry Wheels video where he was training with a female bodybuilder who looked absolutely amazing, and the comments were quite funny. Somewhere along the lines of, "Oh my god, this man looks so handsome and strong, and look at the muscles. Larry Wheels looks nice too." I was just thinking, man, I can't wait to get big and strong enough to get comments like that as well. I think that's funny. And also, I don't think all comments like that are left mean-spirited. Some are genuinely funny jokes, and granted, some of us big girls do look a bit more masculine. Doesn't make us male. I mean, even a woman with a beard is still a woman. But yeah, some of us do be looking a bit sus.
You are gay.
However, a lot of these comments are left under genuinely feminine-looking big bodybuilders as well. It seems to be just the muscle, so nobody is safe. Regarding the comments left by angry men, I have to wonder, why is the sight of a woman with a lot of muscles so upsetting to them that they reach for an insult? Is it the envy of muscle mass? I could understand if the sight of a muscular woman makes you feel disgusted or straight up repulsed. We all have preferences, and a female bodybuilder is an extreme look. I can sympathize with that because the sight of an extremely skinny man I find quite icky, but it doesn't make me angry or give me the need to tell them that they look like a woman or something. So why the hate? I've heard people say that men could be intimidated by muscular women, but I'm not so sure that's the case here. I just don't get that vibe from these comments. They feel more angry, as if these people were somehow offended by the sight of a female bodybuilder. If so, why? I'm also wondering if maybe people genuinely think they've spotted a trans person and for some reason feel the need to call that out. Again, I find that hard to believe, but maybe the men that have told me I'm a man just genuinely think I'm trans. I wonder. I've also received comments in the past telling me that I'm trans in the sense that I want to be a man and that I should just be honest about it. I mean, I know I sometimes can be a tomboy, but really? Do I genuinely look trans? And am I a female or a male trans? Which one is it? This train of thought has me questioning what the "you're a man" comments are actually referring to. So, am I supposed to be a trans man? Or am I supposed to be a man that's a trans female? I am rather confused. I think I might be overthinking this, but this is an entertaining topic to ponder, so don't mind if I do. For us women, femininity is literally something we get judged on when we step on stage, so presenting as feminine as possible is literally part of the sport, at least when it comes to the stage. There are indeed girls that do present male in the off-season, but those are not the ones I'm making this video about. Although in such a case, if you're commenting "you're a man" under a woman's post who is purposefully presenting as a man, then wouldn't you just be giving her a genuine compliment? You're then validating what the person is trying to do. I don't get it. I really would love to know the thought process behind these comments. If you look at rather masculine women and or butch lesbians that present male who aren't very muscular, they do not get the same type of comments, despite being actually masculine-looking females. It has to be something specifically about the muscles that prompt these comments. If it was genuinely about looking like a man, then women who do look more masculine or a bit like a man would get these comments too, or not? If being a man is used as an insult, isn't that implying that being a man is somehow less good than being a woman? I genuinely doubt that they mean that because from what I have seen, as said, all the people leaving these comments are males themselves. Maybe they're trying to imply that being trans is inherently bad, which is a belief some people hold. But then again, do they genuinely believe me or other obviously female bodybuilders to be trans? The idea for this video actually came to me the other day when I was pinning my very first baby dose of testosterone, and I thought to myself, damn, now I'm never beating the trans allegations. Granted, I have had trans allegations even back in my 20s, but I think that was largely because I dressed pretty wild and I was wearing wigs a lot, and at some point even went to conventions in what can only be described as Pokemon drag, but obviously that was long before bodybuilding. With my out there fashion at the time, I think people just read that some type of way, but yeah, this is definitely different. If building a lot of muscle as a woman could genuinely change your gender, does that mean that men that have very little muscle are then women? Do these people genuinely just have a very weird understanding of what gender is? I mean, these days people can get into one hell of an argument about that topic, so I wouldn't put it past them. In regards to bodybuilding, gender identity is funnily pretty irrelevant. You can identify as an attack helicopter if you want, but you still wouldn't be able to compete outside your chromosomes. I guess you could try, but surely that wouldn't lead anywhere. I have yet to hear of anyone even attempting that. I keep saying that bodybuilding is for everyone, and it is, but competing on stage outside your actual gender doesn't work. I'm sorry, trans people. Our anatomy is just noticeably different. No matter how much test, tren, and deca I would blast, I would never have the hormone levels or muscle mass of an enhanced male bodybuilder. And my anatomy is so different, it would just not be possible for me to look like a male bodybuilder, no matter what I do. This works the other way around as well. A man is literally built differently. We don't have the same hips to shoulder ratio, torso length, all of that stuff. And that matters in bodybuilding. So no matter what you do, you could not change your gender appearance in a way that would make a difference for bodybuilding. So I wonder, do the men commenting know this? Is this just genuine ignorance or something else? Jealousy is the only other thing I can think of, but again, to me, I get the vibe that they're upset and angry. And what could cause such an emotional response? It kind of reminds me of the way obese people get dragged in comment sections. There too, there are sometimes pretty creative and fun jokes, but oftentimes also just mean-spirited attacks. The difference is there isn't one phrase, one point, one sentence that so strongly dominates in frequency. Don't get me wrong, phrases like "you look like a whale" are pretty common, but there isn't like one specific phrase that crystallizes itself out above all else. Clearly, these men think there is something inherently wrong with being a woman that likes to build a lot of muscle. And I would love to know what that is and why. You may have noticed that I've only been asking questions and just have thrown out some vague theories. I would love for this video to be a conversation starter, so go wild in the comments. I really hope this video finds the men that do leave these comments so they can educate me on what's going on here. I would love to know. Either way, these comments always give me a reason to feel good about myself, because what you're effectively saying is that I have the muscle mass to rival beings that have 15 to 20 times more testosterone than I ever had. I take that. Yeah. The physiology of men and women is so drastically different, it's wild. The more I learn about this, the more I'm baffled. I used to think men and women are a lot more similar than they actually are. Mind you, I'm talking in a physical sense here. That's why you can change your gender identity and you can present however you want, but it is utterly impossible to change your actual sex, your gender, which is unfortunate for people who would love to do that, but that's biology for you. From now on though, every time I get one of those "you look like a man" comments, I will reply and I'll see if I can pick their brain so I can get some insight on what the mentality is of the people that leave these comments. I am genuinely curious. Is it a bit silly to take the most common jab at female bodybuilders so seriously and to read so much into it? Yes, absolutely. Is it interesting, and do I think that there is something to learn in there? Also yes. But for now, your guess is as good as mine. How about you? What is your opinion on the "you look like a man" comments? Have you gotten any yourself? Are you still waiting to grow big enough to earn them in your comment section? Let me know down below. For now, this rambling session shall conclude. If you like this video and you would like to hear me yap some more about bodybuilding, fitness, and maybe even some gaming related topics, then please do hit the subscribe button and join our prestigious crew. Until next time, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Bye bye! It sparked some genuine interest which is to rival beings that have, what the fuck am I saying? Meow. Oh, okay, you just wanted to use me as a ladder. Okay, thanks for the okay, lovely. But this is in chat. Then you're validating what the person is. I would love for the the more I learn about it, for now, this rambling session